Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is February 17th, and right now we're looking at the infrared satellite imagery. And you don't need to be a meteorologist to know that this is a lot of cold air slamming back down into the state of California. I mean, next system up is even colder and hot on the heels of the system there yesterday that brought some big snows across the higher terrain and some very interesting weather across much of the region, some gusty winds. And we're doing it all over again here, folks. And this one is extremely cold air aloft, and you can really see the potency of this frontal system. Any one of these showers that are moving onshore could also have some tornado potential as well. So we'll dive into all these details as we go through the video this morning. And here's the Doppler radar overlaid here on the visible satellite imagery. And you can clearly see, look at this, these cold air cumulus cells out here rolling onshore, frontal system ripping down across the state. This is headed all the way down through Southern California coming up. And the mountain snows just absolutely continue across some of the higher terrain. You got blizzard conditions across some of the higher elevations here. Visibility is zero. Do not attempt to travel if you don't have to. I mean, I don't even know if the roads are open. I didn't check this morning, but I can only assume that they are closed as of right now. Just absolutely classic winter storm here, hammering the state of California. And if we take a look here at soundings for Oakland, this is at about 18,000 feet, 500 millibars. And we take a look at where we are at some of these record lows are around -30, -35 or so for this time of year. And if we take a look at this polar lobe moving across the region, of course, Oakland is down in here. That's very close to, getting down to some of the all-time record lows as far as the temperatures in the mid-levels of our atmosphere are concerned. So, yep, there you go. And I'll scroll back and forth. This is where we are right about now. And that's still yet to come as we go through tonight and tomorrow morning. That polar lobe is just swinging through there as well. And we get a little bit of a reinforcing shots as we go on in towards the end of the week also. Now, look at the sea surface temperature anomalies. You can see we're very well above normal across a lot of the area here. In fact, the entirety of the area. So this warmer than normal water with that very cold air aloft creates that lapse rate there, and you get some pretty unstable atmosphere in the lower levels, and that's what can help create some of this tornadic activity here. And that's shows up in the Storm Prediction Center there as well. I'll show you that more here in a moment. But if we look at the RRFS, you can see some of these segments moving across the Bay Area and then down towards the Central Coast and then all the way down through Southern California as we go through this evening and tonight. Look at that narrow cold frontal rain band. Again, some of those segments could be rotating all the way down through Southern California. The good news is that it's fairly progressive. And also I'm going to toggle back here because you can see the amounts of snow slamming into the Sierra Nevada as we go through the day today and on through tomorrow. And then there's additional activity coming here as we go through the day on Wednesdays. You see our next system gearing up, and then we scroll off in through Wednesday. And again, another decent round of snowfall as we go in through Thursday morning as well. So apparent temperature, this takes into account wind chill factor, but if I scroll through there, you can clearly see where that frontal system is as we go through this afternoon, and it propagates down the entirety of the state of California. And if we go on in towards some of the upcoming days, I mean, look at this, as we go on in through Thursday morning, Southern California, it's going to feel like you're in the 30s, even in Los Angeles, the city proper there. And again, much of the state of California and the Southwest is engulfed in this very icy polar vortex grip here as we go on in through the next few days. And here's the temperature anomaly, 2 meter. That's where us humans walk around at. And you can see the cold weather will be with us as we go through this upcoming week and probably towards this weekend before we finally start to moderate a little bit. There looks like by Sunday, we finally start to moderate for some locations. And also some very strong winds. As I mentioned, there's blizzard conditions going on, no doubt, across the higher terrain. So hopefully, I'm sure somebody's stuck out there somewhere doing their thing, but yeah, don't be trying to travel out there, and always check the roadways before you go. And look at these strong winds ripping all the way down through Southern California. Again, some of the ridge tops there are probably pushing 60, 70, 80, and across the Sierra Nevada, probably 100 plus miles per hour here as we go through the day today. And same thing for the Southern California mountains. Not a time you want to be out and about traveling around. Now, the Storm Prediction Center does have that tornado threat from the Bay Area all the way down through Southern California, and that's associated with that frontal system. And again, you can get a really nice discussion here. You can see coastal California, They talk about the very cold air aloft, and some of these more persistent updrafts could be producing some of that tornadic activity there. So, yeah, there you go. Day two, still a thunderstorm chance there as well. Now, again, the entirety of the state looks like a fruitcake. We got extreme cold warnings, we got cold weather advisories, we got winter storm warnings, we got wind advisories, all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, crazy weather rolling in. And this is Sacramento National Weather Service. So this is today, the brunt of the storm, heavy snow over the mountains, snow levels 3,500 feet, lowering to 1,500 feet as we go through the day today. That's probably already upon much of the Sierra Nevada. And again, very strong winds as well. Continued major mountain snowfall as we go on through Wednesday. Look at some of these snow levels, perhaps even below 1,000 feet as you get a little bit further north towards Shasta County, for example. Thursday, Friday, still some activity rolling through here as well. So don't sleep on that as we go towards this upcoming weekend. And again, Southern California, we've got high surf advisories, wind advisories, high wind warnings. We got winter storm warnings. We got everything out here. So that's why it looks like a fruitcake. Now, San Diego National Weather Service, a lot of this across the higher terrain is going to be falling in the form of snowfall as well, but you see some decent precipitation amounts. Again, the frontal system yesterday and today is still fairly progressive, so we're not expecting huge amounts of flooding. You could get some local debris flows, though, however, and some minor flooding. And again, winter storm warnings for Hanford, California National Weather Service there. But if we look at cumulative positive snow depth change in inches, as we're scrolling through the day today, you can just really see it piling up. And again, for Southern California as well, you can see that going as we go through, especially this afternoon and through this evening. And then again, additional rounds, another system coming through on Thursday, and then maybe more after that. Now, if we look at the artificial intelligence, wider look at things here, Hawaiian Islands at the bottom left, there's the state of California. There's our system barreling through the state, very cold air aloft. There's system one. Then we get the second system there as we go through Wednesday night into Thursday morning. That'll be with us. Additional mountain snows there. And then we get a little bit of a break here, but this system is pretty close. And this might be setting up for a pretty powerful atmospheric river as we start to head off into the following week. You can see as we go through next Monday night, there's Tuesday morning, again, February 24th, the next week, and then you can kind of see that propagate down the state there. We'll have to watch that system. That one could create some more flooding if that one hangs up across some of the central coast there. We'll see how that goes over the next few days. Now, check it out. Our bump is now finally starting to come. This is going to bump up more here over the next few days as well. Still well below normal, but again, the storm is ongoing right now. Let's see what it says when all is said and done. Now, daily 2-meter maximum temperature here. So again, you can kind of see how the temperatures are dramatically reduced here. We go through, this is on Thursday, Friday. By the time we get towards Saturday, Sunday, we start to modify and we start to warm up a bit here. So again, as we go through the weekend, we're going to get temperatures starting to return back more towards normal. You see some 80s return there. Imperial, Riverside County, San Bernardino County, we start warming up as we go on in towards next week. So just wanted to drive home that point there, but still some pretty chilly temperatures are over the next few days until we get there. And daily 2-meter max, let's run through here pretty quickly as well. And you can kind of see these chilly temperatures that will be modifying as we go through next week. Yeah, check us out on Facebook here and Patreon if you like. And yeah, enjoy your winter storm here. West Coast of North America getting hammered pretty hard, and especially the state of California. Again, we're at peak storm right now here across the Sierra Nevada. And again, give it a few days. If you don't have to travel, just don't. I mean, that's my best advice to you right now. A lot of road closures, and there's zero visibility in blizzard conditions up there, so I wouldn't even try it. You're risking life and limb out there if you're doing something like that. So anyway, yeah. Anyway, hope you guys are having a good day. Otherwise, and I will catch you guys in the next forecast.